So this video is definitely going to be one of the most important video because today we are going to look into some of the most interesting scenarios which are being flashed, looking at the price action of Bitcoin in a different time frame using different scenarios. So before I start talking about it, before I start sharing with you where the price in the medium short term and even for the upcoming days might be heading, please do me a favor and destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. And guys, let's try to reach at least 1,000 likes in this video, because video like this takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of time to make. So if you appreciate what I'm doing, if you like this kind of content, then definitely destroy that like button. Thank you very much. Now, first thing first, let's look at this price action of Bitcoin in a weekly time frame using this Madrid ribbon or Madrid moving averages along with hash ribbons, because combining these two indicators along with the price action of Bitcoin in a weekly time frame, we are being flashed with some very interesting move. And now if you simply look at the price action of Bitcoin and this Madrid moving averages or Madrid ribbon, you can see Madrid ribbon indicator provides an intuitive visual display of price interaction with specific moving averages. When the price is above the moving average ribbon and the moving averages are angled upward, it helps confirm a rising price. And when the price is below the MA ribbon and the moving averages are angled downwards, it helps confirm a falling price. So if you look at this weekly time frame, if you look at this Madrid ribbon, what can be seen here? You can see, guys, this Madrid ribbon or Madrid moving averages is clearly pointing us to the upside. And since the price of Bitcoin is also above this Madrid ribbon, any sort of a pullback could be just a temporary pullback, and price after that could be following this MA ribbon, because at the same area, I mean, this indicator to the downside is also pointing us a buy signal. I mean, if you simply look at this hash ribbon, the hash ribbon indicator gives a long-term buy signal over 4 stages. I mean, if you look at the first stage, minus capitulation, you will see this gray dot. This gray dot usually represents the first phase of this buy signal. I mean, minus capitulation, early minor recovery sign, green dot. So whenever we see this green dot, light green dot appearing in this indicator, you can see that is the sign of early minor recovery. And third is the end of minus capitulation, when you see this bright green dot appearing, and this bright green dot also signals the bottom is nearing in. And what happened after that? Final Bitcoin buy signal. When you see this blue dot appearing in this hash ribbon, you can see, guys, that usually indicates bottom. And right after that, the price of Bitcoin in the past price action has done very early. So same thing is being flashed here. I mean, if we look in our case, this is another buy signal in a weekly time frame. I mean, according to this hash ribbon indicator, you can see final Bitcoin buy signal has already appeared, this blue dot, which is also indicating us in a bigger picture, Bitcoin could be preparing itself for another continuation here to the upside, because along with this hash ribbon, even this Madrid moving averages or Madrid ribbon is clearly pointing or angling itself here to the upside. And we know when the price is above the MA ribbon and the moving averages are angled upward, it helps confirm a rising price. So in a bigger picture, any sort of a pullback, this ribbon will be acting as support for Bitcoin. And parallelly, even in a monthly time frame, you can see nothing much has changed. I mean, in the past price action, if you compare the price of Bitcoin before the halving and after the halving, same scenario has repeated again and again. I mean, if you look at this first Bitcoin halving around November 2012, bull market, bear market, price followed this expansion trend line. But when we entered through the first halving, what happened after that? When the price of Bitcoin went through the first halving, we came and tested the support from this rising trend line or this expansion trend line one last time before turning parabolic. Same thing unfolded here. Bull market, bear market, price was following this expansion phase, right? This trend line was being tested, but when we went through the second halving, what happened with price action. Just like from this example, we got attracted back towards this expansion trend line, final test around this trend line before turning bullish. Same thing has happened again and again. Bull market, bear market, price was following this expansion phase, went through the third halving, similar to this one here from 2016 to 2012. We got thrown back towards this expansion trend line, tested the support one last time before turning parabolic. So if you're looking now, case bull market, bear market, and right now we are finding ourselves in this expansion phase. So since the first halving, second halving, third halving resulted in a pullback around this expansion trend line before turning bullish, maybe this is what's unfolding right now in our case as well. I mean, price of Bitcoin has already went through the fourth Bitcoin halving, and now there could be a final test. Price of Bitcoin could come back to test the support from this expansion trend line, which is going to be in between 50,000, 55,000. And only after that, go parabolic, because to the downside, if you look at this indicator, I mean, if you look at this RSI in a monthly time frame, you can see, guys, this bull market ended when this RSI was clearly around the overbought area or overheated. Each and every time whenever we have seen this RSI around the overbought or overheated area, it resulted in a bearish move. If you look in our case, you can see this RSI was at overbought area or overheated area, which resulted in a bearish move. But in our case, the RSI line is nowhere around the overbought area or overheated area, which is also signaling us that in a bigger picture, we still have room to grow. I mean, we still have few more moves left before calling it the top or before starting with an actual corrective move. So if you simply zoom out, not just only in a weekly time frame, even in a monthly time frame, you can see pullback around 55,000 could be a great buying opportunity before turning very, very parabolic. Because right now, if you look at this price action of Bitcoin again in a weekly time frame using these two important moving averages, bull market support band, or let's say 21-week EMA support band, or 50 weighted moving average, because according to this 50 weighted moving average as well, price is above 60,000 and this both moving averages are also over 60,000. So in the medium short term, this 60,000 will be considered as one of the most important support for Bitcoin, which we are not allowed to break, because breaking below 60,000 means the trend line, this rising trend line, this blue rising trend line, which in the past price action acted as one of the most important support for Bitcoin, could be attracting us. And this trend line also sits in between 50,000 to 55,000. So you can see, guys, if the price fails to remain above this bull market support band above 60,000, then we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to get attracted back towards this rising trend line, which could bring us in between 50,000, 55,000. That will also mark the bottom according to this expansion trend line, and even according to this hash ribbon here to the downside. So looking into different time frame, looking into different scenarios, pullback around 60,000 and even up to 55,000 could be absolutely normal. And now, even if you look at this price action of Bitcoin using this falling wedge, you can see this falling wedge support is being tested. I mean, this upper trend line, which in the past price action acted as a strong line of resistance, is being tested. So if you could remain above 60,000, you can see price of Bitcoin will remain above this bull market support band, which could be preparing ourselves for another continuation here to the upside, avoiding the pullback around 50,000, 55,000. Yes, guys, remaining above 60,000, remaining above this moving averages means the price is going to escape this pullback around 55,000 and show another continuation like this, because in a bigger picture, we found out Bitcoin looks like preparing itself for another continuation here to the upside. And now if you add this volume profile in a daily time frame, you can see nothing much has changed. The price of Bitcoin is still above this POC line. POC line, this red line, is a horizontal trend line which showcases an asset price point where the most trading activity occurred over the season. So that's why remaining above 60,000 means the price will also remain above this POC line, which in our case will be acting as support above 60,000. So you can see in the medium short term, 60,000 is a very, very important line of support which we are not allowed to break, and remaining above that range means we could be preparing ourselves for another continuation here to the upside. I mean, according to this leading indicator in a smaller time frame, price remaining above October CPI means we could be preparing ourselves for another continuation towards this monthly R1 line, which is around 69,000. So remaining above 60,000 means 70,000, 68,000. That is the area where we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to get attracted. And failing to hold this 60,000 support means we just found that in a bigger picture, 55,000 will be attracting us. According to this rising trend line, 55,000 will be attracting us. And now, even according to this leading indicator, the fresh S1 line will be attracting us, which also sits around 55,000. So you can see 60,000 support in the medium short term is not allowed to break. And not just only that, even with the help of this megaphone pattern, the price of Bitcoin is facing resistance around the upper trend line. Lower trend line acted as a strong line of support. So in the medium short term, if we could simply remain above 60,000, you can see, guys, the price of Bitcoin, right? The price of Bitcoin could be preparing itself for a continuation like this. I mean, few more sideways movement and then a slow move to the upside, just like I shown you an example. But if it fails to hold this 60,000, you know, 55,000 will be looked as our upcoming target, and this 55,000 will be a great buying opportunity. So these were some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed my work, then please, guys, do not hesitate to destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. And by saying this, I'm signing out until next time. Bye bye.